And what do you think they'll remember most about the way that you treated their mom? The way that you treated Sarah. I feel like they're gonna remember some fun,
I
some
think they're
fun
probably
things.
gonna be. I think they're probably gonna be like, "Oh, Daddy was patient and loved her, and rubbed her feet every night."
It's been a while since I feel like we've like had a nice like personal like Zoom with this type of background. Like Dylan was saying, like I feel like we're getting a little peek into your life here.
Well, you definitely are. Like I said, I mean, Truly is like a trooper. My little girl. She's
Yeah.
honestly a little tougher than my boys are sometimes because she's like, I don't care if it's cold or it's early. I want to go and like go to the pond and fish or go hunting or something before school or she'll go, Daddy, tell me what time to set my alarm for. She's just, I mean, girls are just, I didn't realize how powerful girls and smart. I mean, like smarter than every boy to me. Like I'm like, okay, boys, you're 12 and you're still putting on your shirts backwards. She's been
You
getting
know what?
herself ready. Yeah,
I believe it. I see it. And Truly's how old now?
she's 8.
8?
Yeah,
How?
we've written
Wow.
2 songs together. She's like writing songs,
Oh.
singing songs. She's shooting guns and like dancing and I mean, it's wild how smart girls are. I just, I always knew they were smart, but I didn't know how much smarter they were than boys.
It's so funny. My dad is one of 7 brothers,
Ah,
and then he had a boy and then 3 girls. So I was the third out of the fourth. But it's so funny. I have vivid memories of my dad taking me to school in the mornings and we'd get there early and we'd park the car and we'd like play a little like game of
yeah,
chess or play a board game. But it was something so special about that dad and daughter time that
yeah.
I let you and Truly do too. Is that
Uh,
has always been
oh,
a tradition for you?
it's the biggest thing. So me and her go on dates,
Me too.
okay, and she wants to start out like practicing her little gun that we're learning to shoot, her little rifle, and then we go to dinner at maybe the Mexican joint and we'll go get some tacos and stuff and then we'll go bowling or something. But then she always wants to come back and she's so kind of she's like, well, Daddy, you stay up late in the studio writing. Can we go write a song and record it? I'm like, all right, it's our date. And so we've done it multiple times, but we've ended up getting in a studio late at night and writing a couple of songs together. And it's kind of funny, like they've turned out to be like really special things, but like the dates themselves, I'm like, this is what every man, every boy that ever gets to take you on a date should be
You're
doing.
right. You're
Opening
setting
your
a
doors.
standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, Daddy, if I said, what do you do if they don't open the door for you? She says, cut them off. They're done.
How are you gonna be when the first time she brings a boy home and like she like introduces you to him? What is that gonna be like for you?
I'm going to just shake his hand until he kind of winces a little bit and ask him what they're doing that night. My granddaddy used to shake my mama's dates' hands and put them on their knees because he was a dairy farmer, and so his hands were so he was like a machine, and he put them on their knees, and they would go, "Okay, yes, sir." He said 10:30. No, I think 9:30. Get home, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know
Oh.
exactly.
And then of all your kids, is she the one that's showing interest in music and going that route? What about your boys?
So yeah, I mean, they all love music. Dakota, my oldest, he's an athlete. He's a monster.
How old
But
is he
now
now?
so
Yes, he
he's 17 now. And he's like, hey, Daddy. Now he's figuring out, Daddy, remember when you showed me those chords on that guitar and this piano? Now he's learning that maybe he might get a date if he plays the guitar or piano or something a little easier than the next guy. But Riker, my middle son,
yeah.
who's about to be 12 in December,
Okay.
he loves the stage and he wants to be up there rocking, right? And he's talented, but he wants to race. He's like got all this energy. Truly is a natural born everything. She plays
Mm.
drums and piano, guitar,
So she really got
sings.
that gene.
I
Yeah.
mean, she's got the thing. She's got perfect pitch. She can remember everything. I'll sing. We learned a Bible verse last night because we just made up a melody to it. And like her teacher this morning at chapel goes, she's the first person to learn a verse. We just gave it to her last night. She just walked straight in and sang me the verse. And so Truly is like the most like me. She's real independent. She'll just go off on her own and have fun on the farm. And but Dakota, I mean, they're awesome. They're just different personalities, but
Yeah.
she does. Riker loves music, but she loves music too, but she's probably got like the natural
Dad
talent.
just comes easy for her. Now, do your kids realize who their dad is, and are their friends starting to realize it's okay? Like Lee Brice is didn't
I
fit
mean,
with.
sometimes I mean it, but the kids. Of course, I will say Riker the other day says, "Well, my daddy's Lee Brice or something." I don't, but I was like, that's not how we introduce ourselves. But
I would be
it
flexing
might
like
have been
that
a
too, though.
girl
I
that
don't blame him.
Riker's a little ladies' man, and he's about to be 12, and so I think he's trying to. But no, for them, yeah, we don't. We've tried to keep them off the road. Like we'll go on. They'll come out with me, say on the road like 2 or 3 times a year, maybe.
I was curious because I know you're on tour now. Like, did they get to see these shows? Did they get to come to some of these
Yeah,
shows?
yeah, they come as shows, but only we try to keep them really grounded. So when they come on the bus, it's like a big deal for them. It's not like it's an everyday thing for them. Truly's like going, oh, there's your song on the radio, and she's saying every word, and we're just kind of floating through it.
I love it. How cool is it for Truly to see someone like Ashley Cook join you on tour? Like, is she a big Ashley Cook fan? I know it's always,
She,
to see other women on that stage as well.
Well, she hadn't seen that as much, but she is like this morning we were listening and there's a new I mean, I didn't hear the song until this morning. We listened to like the radio on the way in and I think it was Riley Green. It's a new song. It was like this ballad and there was a girl on it. I didn't know, but she was like, "Who is that girl singing with him?" And
Was it
I
the
was
Ella Langley song?
yes,
Yes, yes.
yes. And I
Okay.
was like, "Oh, I was like, I don't know her, but I was like, I'll find out for you."
I
But
love
yeah,
that.
she is interesting because she was listening. She's listening in the back seat. I got my dog Charlie over here, and I took Charlie for the ride this morning and
Oh.
surprised Truly. And but yeah, she's into it.
Now, is this where you're at? It's so beautiful and peaceful. Is this near you?
This
Is
is
this
my
yours?
this is my farm that I built. I've really built this pond. It took me a lot of work, and right in front of me, past you, we're hoping to build a house up here.
Oh,
At
wow.
some point. But I've had this farm for like 10 years, and I've been waiting to build the house, like just
So this is
not
like
a
the dreamland. This is the
yeah,
dream
yeah,
house.
yeah. It's been the dreamland forever, but and the dream house is really gonna. We want it to be small. I mean, but we don't want it to be big because the kids are going to be gone, and it's just going to be me and Sarah, and so. But it is pretty. The pond. She didn't know it, but I was. She's like, "Why are you building that pond like this?" I was like, "You'll see." And so then one day we were having Bible study up here with a bunch of the kids, and she goes, "Lee," and the sun was going down. She goes, "We should build a house right here." I was like, "Oh man, what a great idea!"
I love it. Well, we had to do the full family catch up because we love your family, but also we got to talk about some new music.
Oh
So,
yeah.
of course, we are at iHeart Country. So, you have a new single. It's coming out 10/31 called Killed the Man. Already the title, so intriguing. You posted some teasers. The fans are excited. We're excited. What can you tell us about this song? And what was it about the song that immediately made you gravitate towards it?
Well, to answer that question first, when I heard this song, I mean, it has like this cool story. Okay, it's very unique. Which me, I'm not the guy to like go record the song that's right down the middle of everything is going on. I'm always to hope trying to either write or find a song that's a little unique. So the biggest thing that got me with this song, though, I'm a melody guy, and
Mhm.
when it hit that chorus, you don't notice it, but it actually goes down and it stays down. It doesn't do some big, huge thing that like Lee Brice, like that I normally do, not I drive you, truck, this big thing or blah. It stays down and it like simmers and it kind of just draws you in. There was something about that was so unique and hip and like felt like people would hear it just go, oh, I just love that. Even if they weren't listening to the song like lyrically.
So
But
wait, that's my
lyrically,
question for you
yeah,
because I'm surprised 'cause I always think of you as a lyric guy. Like when you
I
first
am.
hear a song, do you first go for melody or lyrics? Like when you first listen, are
I
you
mean,
melody first?
I'm always a both guy, and I've known some
Okay,
people.
Steve's a good
Even I
guy.
had a publisher one time that told me I don't even listen to the lyrics until I listen to the melody like 5 times. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I didn't understand that. So I listened to both, but I just knew that that caught my ear, and I knew how unique it was that it was happening. And
Yeah.
then when
So it
I
was
heard
just
that
an
first,
added layer. You're like, this is
yeah,
good.
but when I heard that first chorus, I thought, okay, this is really, really unique, both lyrically and now melodically, and so then we wanted to record it where it was, felt good on the radio and felt good to us.
Yeah. What about like the person I mean, you talked about this song was a bit of a rebirth. What personally about this song stuck out to you as Lee, as a man listening to this and singing
Well,
this?
well, I mean, there's been rumors going around for years about the young 22-year-old Lee Brice on the road, and and so every time I go out, I'll have, say, guests come out or radio or whatever, and they're like, well, let's go out and go do a bunch of shots and this and that. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not going out, dude. I'm going to bed. Like, and there's just been a different, when you have a family, it just changes your priorities. Every day your priorities change. But like, as the years go by, they really do completely differently change. And so that's where I'm at. And so I feel like everywhere I go still there's almost a stigma about like the partier, and that's people can think, but they can remember all the things, and that's fine because we threw down, buddy,
Yeah, yeah.
but now it's just not that, and so that's one part of it, but just having the children and having all your priorities in a different spot, and even just health wise, even, I mean, it's like I like this pond. I swim across it. I call it the farmathon, and I run barefooted across the farm to here. And then I jump through the pond and I swim across it and swim back, and then I run barefooted back. And I embarrass my son. He's 17 with his buddies out here fishing while I'm in my underwear swimming across the
You're
pond.
barefoot. I
But
love the barefoot runs too.
yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know, something about it made me. I had a pedicure one time, and I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it. So I went running barefooted 2 days later across
You're
the
like, gotta get
pond.
some grass back, gotta get some dirt in there. So, Lee, when you think about like what would you tell yourself before you became a dad at that time? If you could give yourself one piece of advice into a lot of the, new dads that are watching that look up to you that love, all your family values, what would you tell them about this chapter they're going to embark on? And how have you grown in that time?
I it's hard because it just having a kid, and having a family changes you without you changing yourself. And so, but I mean, if I could get a head start, I'd say, man, slow down, go ahead and like slow your pace down because it's about to change, and just be ready for it. And honestly, even the biggest thing too is those moments when you're just getting started. I've got my studio is right over here, and my engineer just had a little baby, and he's like, they haven't been sleeping and none of that. I'm like, buddy, I'm like, enjoy these days when you're not sleeping. I said, because you feel like you can't barely do it now. You'll look back one day and go, that was easy. I'd love to do it again. And I mean, I say easy, but those days they fly by, and uh, that's one thing I would say is enjoy those moments. I mean, especially the very first moments. Those are like so precious, and got to hold on to them.
And flash forward to now, you talked about your kids being in different ages, different stages of life. What's the biggest thing or biggest lesson you think your kids are teaching you in this stage of your life that maybe you weren't expecting? Maybe it's something small.
They're teaching me what they're reminding me of myself when I was their age. And there's a thing that happens. I don't know if it happens to everybody, but it happened to me when you grow into an adult and you have responsibilities and you all the things that we do, and then you, your perspective a little bit changes. Like that childlike perspective is something that I love seeing through them, and it reminds me. I'm like, God, I remember when I felt like that, like, and I was that passionate about something that small, or I was, and so it kind of reminds me, kind of like when somebody might come up to me and say, hey, I drive your truck means so much to me, and it puts me in perspective because they'll give me a story, their story of how it means. And so watching my kids and listening to them and just hanging out with them, and it reminds me of that childlike perspective. And I think it's really important, to keep you young, and keep you, on their level too, and like connected with them.
Yeah. What do you hope when your kids are talking about you one day, like way, way in the future, what do you hope the legacy is that you've left them? Like what do you hope they say about their dad?
I hope, I really hope that they see, somebody, they remember somebody who was as Jesus, as Christ like as it could be, and hopefully patient, and kind. All the words of love, um, really is what I hope they see, because it's we're all, everybody goes through stuff, and we got kids arguing and running up and down the hallway and this and that, and well, you're grounded for a week or whatever, but I hope in the even through all that, I hope they see the love, and I hope they really do take the Jesus part of me that's been in my whole life,
Yeah.
since I was 7 years old. I hope they take that, and because that's the biggest thing that they can take from me.
And what do you think they'll remember most about the way that you treated their mom? The way that you treated Sarah. I feel like they're gonna remember some fun
I
some
think they're
fun
probably
things
gonna
with
be. I think they're probably gonna be like, "Oh, Daddy was patient and loved her and rubbed her feet every night."
that.
I do think they'll see that. I mean, I kind of overdote over her, as much as I can. We all have our stuff, right? So I'll frustrate her, or she'll frustrate me, but I usually am the one that just keep my mouth closed and just let let her do. She's the Italian
Good
though.
man. Yeah.
She's the Italian, so she's gotta yell about it, but like an Italian way. But
I love that.
I mean, hopefully they'll look back and go, Daddy loved her, past everything,
Oh, it's
and
beautiful.
everything.
You can tell. I mean, like you mentioned too, you have this studio right
Yeah.
on this property, right? So does that mean that you've been recording some new music? Can we expect some new things coming from Lee?
Oh yeah, we've got record coming out probably early summer,
Okay,
and
so
and the
you're
thing is we had it done, and then we pushed it back about 4 months, and I was like, well, I've got all this new music, so why don't I go record it? So I'm literally recording it. I went and recorded like 7 new songs to add to the already 17 songs or so, and so but I got to have them done here in about 4 weeks, and so.
okay. So yeah, it's what can you tell us about where's this project leaning? Where's it heading?
Well, it's got a lot to do with Kill the Man. It's got a lot to do with the guy that I am right now, where I'm at in my life. A lot of the songs kind of portray that, but they also, and like most of my records, they also kind of show my other musical influences, like growing up, whether it be old stone cold country, uh, or you know pop or blues or soul. It's got a lot of that in it. And as always has, every record's always had a little bit of a flavor of all of it. And this is the same, but it's just where I'm at now. And it's an evolution. And, a lot of this music we've gone, and some of it we've like worked really hard and got it all where it just, is like perfect. And then some of it we're just gone and played it and just done. Like, here you go. This is what you got.
We are so excited for all of this new music. And also you have a few more shows you said. So you're
Yeah.
playing some shows in the store. And then tell us about this cruise you're going on. We just saw this. But this looks fun.
Well, well, all I know is I've been on a couple of country music cruises before,
Yeah.
and it's always very interesting because you know you're on a boat with all the fans, right? Which I love. I love that, but you got to be able to eat at some point, and so or sit by the pool, and
Yeah, right.
so no, we're looking forward to it. It's gonna be really fun to be out there. I haven't done it in a long, probably, gosh, it's got to be 10 years since we've been
Wow. Okay.
been on a cruise.
Yep.
Had a great one. The last one we went on, I was there with Jared Neiman and Randy Hauser. We had a ball with all of our wild. We were out there, just had the best time. We'd get off that ship, and go find some like lagoon and sit in it all day, and and so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I love that. Well, Lee, we're so excited. New music, Killed the Man out soon. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for taking the time to chat with us. We're so excited about all this new music coming.
Well, I am too. Thank you for having me, and we can't wait to get this new music out. It is going to be awesome. So get ready.
I love it. And by the way, what do you have going on the rest of the day? You're kicking it off with a beautiful pond session. Like,
Yeah,
how do you
yeah.
feel?
Well, yeah. We started out like this. I'm gonna actually go in the studio. So I built a studio just on the side of a barn, but it's awesome. So I'm gonna go cook up some mahi that we caught in Florida a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna go get some vocals done on this new music. So I mean, it's that new. I haven't even sang. I've only sang two of the 7 songs. So I'm gonna go do some singing and playing some guitar on it.
Oh, I love that. Well, listen, tell the family we said hello. Tell the kids we said hello.
I
Can't wait
will.
for the music. We appreciate you, Lee. Thank you for your time.
Okay. All right, darling. See y'all.